Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we are going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Miguel quit Cobra Kai during the events of Cobra Kai Season 1? So in this timeline, the events of Cobra Kai Season 1 would still happen. Miguel would still move to the valley, and he would still be picked on by Kyler and his friends. And those events would stay the same. Johnny would still save him, and he would still fight Kyler and his friends off. Johnny would still reopen up Cobra Kai in this timeline, and he would start training Miguel. Miguel would still be friends with Eli and Dimitri, and over the next month, Miguel would learn to strike first and strike hard, but he still wouldn't be ready to fight anyone. And the night of the Halloween dance, Miguel would still show up in the skeleton costume, and he would still hang out with Eli and Dimitri, and those events would carry on. Kyler and his friends would still confront Miguel in the locker room. Miguel would think that he was ready to fight, so he would still kick Kyler, but this would only make Kyler mad, so his friends would still grab him and beat him up, so Miguel would be left on the ground and Johnny would still find him. Carmen would tell Johnny to stay away from Miguel. Carmen wouldn't allow Miguel to continue doing karate, so Johnny would be left with no students. Johnny would feel guilty for what happened, and he would still vandalize Daniel's billboard. Johnny would still want to make things right with Miguel and even Robbie, but Carmen wouldn't change her mind. Aisha would still want to join Cobra Kai in this timeline, but without Miguel there, Johnny wouldn't allow Aisha to join. He would still say that girls weren't allowed in Cobra Kai. Kyler and his friends would continue bullying Miguel, Eli, and Dimitri, and Sam would eventually find out, so she would still break up with Kyler in this timeline, and those events would stay the same. Kyler would still spread rumors about Sam, so Sam would still confront Kyler in the cafeteria, but much like in the original timeline, Miguel would still stand up for her, so Miguel would start fighting Kyler and his friends, but without Johnny's training, they would still beat him up. Johnny would still hear what happened, but he wouldn't be allowed near Miguel, and without any students, Johnny would decide to close Cobra Kai. This is when Robbie would show up at the Cobra Kai dojo, and Johnny would be surprised to see him. Robbie would say that he thought Johnny ran a karate dojo, but Johnny would respond, saying that he has to close down because he has no students. Johnny would also tell Robbie that he was trying to change, and that he was trying to be there for him. Robbie would see how much Johnny wanted to change, so he would start rebuilding a relationship with Johnny, and before Johnny had to close down the Cobra Kai dojo, he would ask Robbie if he wanted to learn some karate. Robbie would say that he could give it a try, so Johnny would start training Robbie, so Cobra Kai would officially shut down, but the relationship between Johnny and Robbie would improve. Johnny would try being a better father. Shannon would see how much Johnny had changed, so they would start to share custody of Robbie. Eventually, Johnny would reconnect with Miguel, and he would introduce him to Robbie. He would say that Robbie was his son, and Miguel and Robbie would become friends. And for the rest of the school year, Kyler would continue messing with Miguel, Eli, and Dimitri. So in this timeline, Cobra Kai wouldn't enter the All Valley, so Kreese wouldn't come back. Robbie would be living with Johnny while Shannon was away. Johnny would continue training Robbie in karate outside of his house, and Miguel would watch from the distance. Robbie would continue stealing stuff with Cruz and Trey, but he would eventually want out, but they wouldn't let him leave so easily, so they would still fight, and using the training that he got from Johnny, Robbie would fight back. Robbie would want to be better, and he would get an honorable job, and overall, things would be a lot more peaceful and uneventful in this timeline, and that is where I'm going to end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Miguel quit karate during the events of Cobra Kai Season 1? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys next time.